Greetings viewers and welcome back to Just Short of Fantastic. Currently I am unemployed, and what better way to spend your days being unemployed than by reading Cosmo magazine. So I wanted to do a review of Cosmo magazine ever since I read the biography of Helen Gurley the editor-in-chief for New York's Cosmo magazine for like over 30 years. And I had the opportunity to pick up the Australian edition of March Cosmo magazine. I know it took me 5 months, but I finally had downtime and nothing better to do with my life. It was a really interesting experience. Talk about the content, topics, age, and gender demographics. Well, the content is obviously women's fashion, health, lifestyle, a tiny little bit of business. Those are pretty much the topics. The age is probably... There is no age limit on fashion, really, is there? Helen Gurley, she was what, in her like late 80s, early 90s? And still rocking it hard? As all big business would say, there's no age limit on spending money. And that is really what this magazine is all about. It's all about spending your money. I don't need a magazine to tell me what to spend money on. I already do that myself on the internet. So gender, women. Is the magazine news or entertainment focused? Well, there's a little bit of news, but you know, it's a magazine focused on fashion, so it's really an entertainment magazine, obviously. Would you buy it again? Well, at $8 Australian, I probably would not. Yeah, pretty much. It's flimsy entertainment. If I wanted to spend $8, I would go see a movie. Did you want to read more? Not really. Did you like the format and presentation of the material? Well, obviously. I mean, it's a multi-million-dollar women's magazine. As much as the content sort of bored me, the pictures, the way they formatted everything, it was all very like engaging, lots of bright colors. There was always something interesting or beautiful to look at. Cosmo's been in this business for a really long time. So, personal feel, positives and negatives. I picked up a Cosmo magazine because I was really inspired by Helen Gurley and her business model of wanting the magazine to focus on a single woman specifically out in the business world, having to deal with fashion and lifestyle and all of these other things while becoming a successful businesswoman. I know in her biography that as she got older, they started to push her out and to make the magazine more fashion-focused, more like fun and lighthearted. And I can see that in this magazine, and I was a little disappointed. So my personal feeling is that, yeah, as an entertainment magazine, it's fun, it sort of makes me feel empowered, but like I don't take it too seriously, and the negative side of that is I wish that I could. So positives are, it's eye-catching, it's mildly entertaining, and it's not something you take too seriously. However, the negatives. I looked at this magazine, I read this magazine, and it just screamed to me white, straight, middle to upper class social income. I read through this magazine very carefully, and I only saw 2 models who were non-Caucasian, and they were both for the same ad, an eyeliner ad, and it only happened once. So maybe this is just an Australian thing, but yeah, they definitely need more diverse models. Also, I read the entire magazine, and there were only 3 to 4 mentions of people with sexual orientations other than straight. And I think that for a woman's magazine that is sort of at the forefront of dealing with women's issues, that they need to be a lot more inclusive on that topic. Okay, so the final thing, conclude with overall opinion/rating. Final opinion, I know I've ranted about this and I need to shut it down. Cosmo magazine. It was fun, it was flighty, I felt amused and slightly entertained while I was reading it. I really enjoyed like learning some new things and looking at all the different pictures. It was bright, it was well formatted. but it also made me very aware of my social class, and I was also really uncomfortable with the lack of racial and sexual diversity in this magazine, and I feel maybe that's just an Australia thing. Maybe it was just, you know, the March issue. I don't know. That's my review of Australian's March edition of Cosmopolitan Magazine. That took a lot longer than I was expecting. I'm really sorry. I have to go back to my busy schedule of being unemployed. It's a hard life. The next video, which is going to be a music video, is going to upload on the 3rd week, not the 4th week, because in the 4th week I will be traveling through China. I'm not sure if I'll have access to the internet or Facebook. So we're gonna get the music video a week early, and then in October, the upload schedule will go back to normal on the 2nd and 4th weeks. And until then, stay just short of fantastic.